On this episode of Esto, as PGA Tour Latinoamerica, Mexico's own Alvaro Ortiz claims his first career victory as a professional at his National Open Championship.
La verdad, muy feliz de poder ganarme el abierto de mi país. Es un sueño desde chiquito.
We will also look at the latest Korn Ferry Tour wins by alums Bobby Diaz and Stephan JAEGER. Argentina's Leandro MARELLI will take us through some basic rules of etiquette in golf.
101.
We will also let you know about our long-awaited return to Colombia for the HOLCIM Colombia Classic presented by VOLVO. All this and more starting now on Esto as PGA Tour Latinoamerica. Esto es PGA Tour Latinoamerica. This is a story of perseverance involving PGA Tour Latinoamerica alum Roberto Diaz. The Veracruz, Mexico native played 193 PGA Tour sanctioned events before breaking through with a win at the Korn Ferry Tour's Louisiana Open. The win left him a step away from his return to the PGA Tour.
Obviamente siempre tenemos el número en la cabeza, siempre estamos muy pendientes de dónde está ese número 25, pero yo creo que nos da un poquito de más cosas, no solo el hecho de llegar al Tour, ¿no? Nos quita un poquito esa presión extra acumulada de tantos años de tratar y pues la verdad es que es indescriptible la sensación.
Diaz started his road to victory with an opening round of 69 that left him 2 strokes behind a group of 4 co-leaders that included fellow Latino America alum Harrison Endicott. With his confidence on the rise, Diaz picked up the pace in round 2 at Le Triomphe Golf and Country Club.
Empecé muy bien con Verdi, arranqué bastante sólido.
On Friday, the 34-year-old, who made 34 career starts on PGA Tour Latinoamerica, birdied 6 of his first 7 holes to post to 65. At 8 under through 36 holes, Diaz found himself tied for the lead with Peter Uihlein. The following day, Diaz took full advantage of his position to shoot a Korn Ferry Tour career low. A round of 64 secured him the outright lead. In order to build a 2-shot lead over Peter Uihlein,
Tengo menos tiempo que antes, desgraciadamente ya estamos madurando. A mí me hubiera encantado seguir siendo de 22, 21 años, pero bueno, hay que afrontar las cosas como son y aquí estamos y hay que seguir en esto.
On Saturday, Diaz recorded birdies in 3 of the par 5s on the front 9. Then he would take 2 more birdies on 11 and 12 before making a hole-in-one on 16. A dream performance for the Veracruz native. On Sunday, Diaz kept a solid pace, extending his lead to 4 strokes after an eagle on the 7th hole. Uihlein would fight back, managing to catch Diaz with 4 holes left to play.
Pues Peter apretó en el hoyo 12 y después hizo un birdie por ahí en el 14. Las cosas se pusieron parejas, pero al final del día la paciencia pagó. Yo nunca fui tan paciente en mi carrera y al día de hoy soy muy paciente. Tuve ahí un pot para par en el hoyo 15 que la verdad fue clave.
On hole 17, Uihlein made a costly bogey to slip behind. And with the 2 of them parring the last hole, Diaz claimed the much-awaited victory. An unforgettable moment for Diaz, who is 13 years into his career as a professional. The victory helped Diaz charge into the 22nd spot on the Korn Ferry Tour points list, moving close to a return to the PGA Tour, where he played 2 full seasons in 2018 and 2019.
No te puedo explicar al día de hoy lo que significa esto para mí. Sabemos que el golf en México va en su vida. Sabemos que con lo que está haciendo Carlos Ortiz y Abraham Anser, Gaby López, nada más nos pone a nosotros la vara un poco más alta y aquí estamos para responder, ¿no?
Diaz's win at the Chirimacha Louisiana Open also happened to be the 28th title by PGA Tour Latinoamerica alums on the Korn Ferry Tour. As a player in Latin America, between 2012 and 2015, Diaz made 24 starts, with his best finish coming at the Trans-American Power Products CRV Open, where he lost a 7-man playoff to tie for second in Guadalajara, Mexico in 2014. It's time to learn what has been happening with our players on social media. Guess who celebrated his 30th birthday just recently? A guy who is a true ambassador of the international tours, Tyler McCumber. A 3-time champion on both PGA Tour Latinoamerica and the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada, Tyler is currently playing his 2nd season on the PGA Tour. Argentina's Cesar Castilla made his return to the winner's circle with a victory at the 89th Abierto del Centro in Cordoba, Argentina. At the historic event that joined the Dev Series this year, Castilla won by 1 over current PGA Tour member Nelson Ledesma. Holder of the 72nd spot on our points list, this is how Sweden's Linus Liljedahl entertains himself while hitting balls at the range. And the Tour family grew with the recent birth of Olivia, the first daughter of Jose Toledo. A trio of Tour uncles dropped by for a visit. After the break, we'll take a look at another Korn Ferry Tour win by a PGA Tour Latinoamerica alum.
I'm just happy to come out on top and move in the right direction.
The German player reached an impressive number of 6 career titles on the Korn Ferry Tour. Our recap of the Mexico Open Championship, the 4th event of our 2020-21 season, is also ahead. We'll be right back. Esto es PGA Tour Latinoamerica. Esto es PGA Tour Latinoamerica. Only 2 weeks after Bobby Diaz's win, the good news out of the Korn Ferry Tour kept coming, as Tour alum Stephan Jaeger went on to win the Emerald Coast Classic at Sandestin. It was his 6th career win on tour.
This is a tough golf course. They set it up pretty tough. They changed a par 5 to a par 4. And it was hard to make birdies, and it was hard to not make doubles, to be honest with you. It's a tight golf course, so like I said, I'm happy with my play this week. Obviously around the green is great, and to get the 6th win is awesome in the season.
With Andrew Novak leading for the first 54 holes at Raven Golf Club, Jaeger was in chase mode the entire week. Playing solid golf and recording scores in the 60s all 4 days, the German player, who had Mexico's Juan Pablo Salas as his caddy, managed to close the final round at 14 under 66. Joining U.S. player David Lipsky in a tie for first, he was headed into a sudden death playoff for the title.
It's a hard game, and obviously we're both trying to make the putt, and he's going first and runs it by. I'm kind of like, okay, well, maybe it goes in, but he's got 10 feet coming back, so it was definitely a surprise to see that, and a happy surprise for me. But David's a great player. He's proven that on the European Tour. He's proven that out here.
In overtime, Jaeger went on to secure the victory with par to move into the 2nd spot on the Korn Ferry Tour's season-long points list. Improving his career record to 6 wins, he moved within 1 of Jason Gore, the Korn Ferry Tour's winningest player.
I'm just happy to come out on top and, move in the right direction.
The 31-year-old from Munich, Germany, has secured his return to the PGA Tour, where he already spent 2 seasons between 2018 and 2019. His game seems ready for a successful return to golf's biggest stage. JAEGER and Diaz's wins have PGA Tour Latinoamerica alums on the verge of their 30th Korn Ferry Tour title. On our next episode, we'll probably find out who claims number 30. After a 3-month break, PGA Tour Latinoamerica resumed its 2020-21 season with the 61st playing of the Mexico Open Championship, an event supported by UNIFIN, CONADE, and the government of Sinaloa. Launched in 1944, this prestigious national open was hosted for the first time by Estrella Del Mar Golf and Beach Resort in Mazatlan, a familiar venue for tour players. Estrella Del Mar had also welcomed the season opening tournament a year ago.
Well, obviously, I think we look at it in a tremendous golf course, one that the players enjoy playing. The history we've had here, not just with our tournaments, and we've also had Q schools here, and it's been a very great test, and couldn't be happier with our partnership with Estrella Del Mar.
The strong field assembled for the return of the Mexican Open, which didn't get to be played in 2020, featured 18 of the leading 20 players on the tour's points list.
Siempre es lindo jugar en tu país, más el abierto.
Players such as Alex Rocha, MJ Maguire, Brandon Matthews, and Mexico's own Raul Pereda and Alvaro Ortiz were among the favorites to battle for this title in the Mexican Pacific Coast.
Estrella del Mar yo creo que es un gran campo, un lugar para poder hacer este torneo, ¿no? Se pueden albergar todos los jugadores, todo está a la vuelta de la esquina, muy cerca.
A tour winner here in Mazatlan in 2015, Argentina's Tommy Kocha was the one to strike first. His bogey-free 63 was strong enough for the opening round lead.
Sí, la verdad que comienzo soñado, ¿no? Una ronda con 9 birdies, ningún bogey ni poco estrés.
Kocha went to bed that first night, enjoying a 1-shot lead over local favorite Alvaro Ortiz. There were 6 other players trailing by 2, including defending champion Drew Nesbitt.
I'm just really looking forward to coming out and competing, being with the guys, and look forward to defending as well. It's a great golf course, one that I'm comfortable with, and one I look forward to, seeing how the week goes.
With the wind picking up, the course played tougher in the second round Friday. Mexico's Alvaro Ortiz was up to the challenge and posted a 4-under 68 that turned him into the 36-hole leader. At 12 under for the week, the Guadalajara native was 1 shot ahead of Argentina's Jorge Fernández Valdez.
Muy contento de la manera que me comporté hoy en el campo. Fue un día difícil y el salir con un score en los 60 creo que es muy bueno.
Fernández Valdez, a 3-time PGA Tour Latinoamerica champion, did even better that day. By firing a second-round low, 8 under 64, the Cordova, Argentina native moved within 1 of Ortiz, joining Ben Cook of the U.S. in a tie for second. Brazilian veteran Alexandre Rocha was another guy to keep an eye on heading into the weekend. Ranked second on the order of merit by virtue of his win at the 2020 Estrella Del Mar Open, Rocha was trailing by 2 on a course where he knew his way around. On Saturday, Fernández Valdez fired his second consecutive 64 to move to 19 under. Such an effort awarded him a 4-shot lead over Nesbitt and a 5-shot lead over Ortiz.
Una muy buena ronda, hoy fue un día muy ventoso desde el principio hasta el final. Estuve muy bien al comienzo, pude hacer 2 birdies en los primeros 2 hoyos, aguantar los primeros 4 hoyos que son viento en contra y después arranqué bien a la vuelta, hice birdie 10, 11 y 12. Bueno, eso me ayudó un montón aprovechando el viento a favor.
Moving away from the rest of the pack, Fernández Valdez kept his impressive back 9 going with his best shot of the day on number 14. It produced the only eagle of the day at the 541-yard par 5.
Y bueno, metí el pad largo que bueno, eso fue lo mejor, la verdad.
Hola, soy Leo Marelli de Argentina y esto es Golf 101. En el golf hay muchas reglas de etiqueta. Hoy vamos a ver cómo se arregla un divot, un pique y cómo se rastrilla un bunker. Bueno, esto es muy común en golf. Lo que tenemos que hacer es ir a levantar el pedazo de pasto que salió volando y tapar el divot. Bueno, hasta acá voló la pelota y marcó el green. Lo que tenemos que hacer es agarrar un tee o un levantapiques, clavarlo, levantar desde los tres lados y después aplanarlo con el palo que tengas en la mano. Otra situación normal es caer en el bunker. Una vez que la sacamos de la arena, tenemos que tomar el rastrillo y rastrillar lo más parejo posible para cuando ingrese al bunker otra persona. Muchas veces yo lo uso con las puntas hacia abajo, pero si es muy profundo el espacio que deja, lo doy vuelta y aplano con la parte posterior. Bueno, esto fue todo. Espero que les haya servido. No se olviden que el golf es un deporte de caballeros y hay que respetar las etiquetas.
After the break, we'll find out who walks away with the tournament trophy at the 2021 Mexican Open at Estrella del Mar. Also, we'll learn about a return to Colombia for the brand new HOLCIM Colombia Classic this coming June in Bucaramanga. All this and more when Esto as PGA Tour Latinoamerica returns. Esto es PGA Tour Latinoamerica. Although Jorge Fernandez Valdez took a 4-shot lead into the final day, the battle for the 61st Mexican Open title at Estrella del Mar was far from over. The Argentine got off to a slow start to have his lead cut to 2 shots over both Alvaro Ortiz and Drew Nesbitt with 9 holes to play. All 3 players went on the attack on the back 9, but Fernandez Valdez and Ortiz had more firepower and managed to separate from the Canadian. Fernandez Valdez put together a string of 4 consecutive birdies starting at number 11, but Ortiz went after him with 4 birdies and an eagle to tie the lead at 23 under with 3 holes left to play.
Estuvo muy divertido, la verdad. Disfruté muchísimo la ronda. El que Jorge haya hecho esos, creo que fueron 4 o 5 birdies seguidos. Y pues yo también ese estrecho que hice, creo que 7 abajo en 7. Lo hace mejor tanto para nosotros los jugadores, que es más emocionante tanto para los aficionados, ¿no?
With his lead gone and battling the strong Pacific Ocean winds, Fernandez Valdez struggled. The Argentine made bogey on 16 to slip behind, and dropped out of contention with a double bogey on 17. With the title already out of his grasp, Fernandez Valdez dropped another stroke with a bogey at the last hole to finish a solo third, 1 shot behind Drew Nesbitt.
Creo que la ronda que hizo Jorge ayer, yo la hice hoy, y pues era mi trabajo poner a Jorge en una posición difícil en el cierre, y fue lo que hice. Esta vez yo fui el que salí campeón, pero creo que Jorge tiene una carrera muy importante y muy buena al frente de él, y pues le deseo lo mejor en sus siguientes torneos.
Feeding off the local fan support, Ortiz recorded pars on the last 3 holes to lock the top spot. He went on to fire an impressive 9 under 63 for a 3-stroke victory at 23 under for the week.
La verdad, muy feliz de poder ganarme el abierto de mi país. Es un sueño desde chiquito, y poder hacerlo aquí en Estrella del Mar, enfrente de mi familia, enfrente de todas estas personas que me apoyaron desde el hoyo 1, pues lo hace es un sueño hecho realidad.
A lifelong dream he was able to accomplish at the age of 25. This victory also took him to the top of the PGA Tour Latinoamerica points list.
Creo que todos los que han ganado en el pasado la Orden de Mérito han tenido y siguen teniendo carreras importantes en el PGA Tour y en el Korn Ferry, y pues quiero seguir sus pasos. Creo que el camino está marcado y pues solo cuestión de hacerlo.
Let's take a look at the 2020-21 PGA Tour Latinoamerica points list after 4 official events. With Ortiz moving to the top spot with a total of 838 points, MJ Maguire slipped down into the second spot after a tie for 23rd at the Mexican Open. Brazilian veteran Alexandre Rocha now holds on to the third spot with 614 points, and Brandon Matthews of the U.S. ranks 4th with 565. The runner-up finish at Estrella del Mar was huge for Drew Nesbitt, who moved into the 5th spot with 400 points. Following a 4-year absence, PGA Tour Latinoamerica is all set to return to Colombia for the HOLCIM Colombia Classic presented by VOLVO.
Bienvenidos a Colombia. Bienvenidos a Bucaramanga.
The 6th tournament of the 2020-21 season will take the tour to a new venue, the Club Campestre de Bucaramanga, starting on June 14th. Colombia last hosted a PGA Tour Latinoamerica event in 2017, with eventual Player of the Year Jose de Jesus Rodriguez winning the Avianca Colombia Open in Bogota. The HOLCIM Colombia Classic, presented by VOLVO, will be the 12th PGA Tour Latinoamerica event sanctioned in Colombia since 2012. Throughout the years, the tour has visited 5 different Colombian cities, including Bucaramanga, where the Colombia Open had David Venegas as the champion in 2014.
Creo que el nivel en Colombia ha ido creciendo, estamos con confianza, estamos haciendo las cosas bien y espero que hayan más jugadores colombianos que puedan ganar.
The Club Campestre de Bucaramanga is a top venue that has hosted several Dev Series events in the past. Among the top players who have won there, a PGA Tour champion stands out in Sebastian Munoz. A new venue, a new sponsor, and a new opportunity to showcase the best PGA Tour Latinoamerica players as they battle to move up to the Korn Ferry Tour. On our next episode, we'll talk to current PGA Tour Latinoamerica #1, Alvaro Ortiz. And we'll learn about the Forum Tour, a US-based tour created by the PGA Tour to provide playing opportunities for PGA Tour Canada members. Tour player Rowan Caron will also show us how to get the ball out from a tough spot in a bunker.
I mean, I'm pretty happy with that.
Next time on Esto as PGA Tour Latinoamerica.